From a different protagonist to an entirely different cast, here are all the things you never thought you would see in the Descendants follow-up. Warning, spoilers for the royal wedding are ahead. A live action. Can you believe it's been 7 years since the first Descendants film was released on Disney Channel? Yeah, we neither. On July 31st, 2015, fans met Disney's Villains Kids, and since the first film was a major hit, a sequel followed, which was later continued in another part. The live-action trilogy ended back in August 2019. Seeing a successful sequel is rare nowadays, but it's even rare to see a third part doing justice to its predecessors. That's exactly what this franchise did, with an amazing cast ensemble, a group of perfectly written characters, and, of course, an especially talented behind-the-camera crew. The trilogy is now on the list of most successful Disney franchises. As you already know, the story followed the ups and downs of some of Disney's most famous villains. Each of the 3 movies had a different struggle these kids needed to go through. A continuation practically happened with the release of the royal wedding, but this animated version was not what fans hoped to see, wondering why the producers didn't decide to make another live action. Well, one of the many reasons was the pandemic. This was an easier way for Disney to give fans what they've been asking for a long time. Another reason Disney made this part of an animated version is that one of the franchise's fan-favorite actors lost his life in the summer of 2019, so Disney wanted to make a film that will honor Cameron Boyce and his character. He was such a talented actor, and he'll never be forgotten. R.I.P. The 20-year-old Cameron was known thanks to his role as Carlos in the franchise. His co-stars, the producers, fans, and of course, his family were all devastated. The thing is, most fans believe Disney could have honored the actor in another, better way. According to these fans, Cameron's character, Carlos, was only mentioned a couple of times in the animated film that was made in order to honor him. During the royal wedding, the fan-favorite gang opens a wedding gift sent to Mel from Carlos. Mel receives a charm bracelet with all 4 main characters' family crest on them. The 4 VKs are linked together forever, Evie says to her best friend. If a continuation happens, Disney will make it a live action because fans agree that's the better way to continue the story. What do you think of how the royal wedding honored Boyce? Make sure to let us know. Alice in Wonderland's Queen of Hearts. One of the biggest events in the royal wedding was the wedding of Mal and Ben. I mean, it's in the title. Their relationship was shipped by fans ever since the first film of the franchise. And now that they are married and all of that, we need to prepare for a different protagonist in the potential continuation. The royal wedding continued the story of the third film, but now Audrey was not Mal's enemy. Instead, she was her wedding planner. And of course, we again saw that family message in the plot when Mal wanted to get married with her entire family present. Thankfully, the gang was able to get everyone around, and fans witnessed a beautiful wedding between the 2 protagonists. Right after getting married, Mal and Ben decided to get away from everyone and enjoy their wedding night alone. So, this what happily ever after feels like? He asked, to which she replied, "For us, yes. But somewhere, another story could be just beginning." And then, all of a sudden, the camera moved onto a pile of white roses, painted red. There has to be a reason why Mel said what she said at the end. Also, if Disney didn't plan to continue the story, why would they show us a hint about a relative of Alice in Wonderland's Queen of Hearts? Disney thankfully addressed the ending of the 4th film, and we believe it's just a matter of time until the company confirms the exciting news. What do you think about Queen of Hearts' Descendants being the protagonist in the potential continuation? Let us know. A different cast? Will the entire cast come back to Auradon? For all of them, it's way too difficult coming back without their beloved co-star. But there's a definite chance we could see them in the potential continuation. The trilogy starred Dove Cameron, Mel, Sofia Carson, Evie, BooBoo Stewart, Jay, and the late Cameron Boyce, Carlos, as the descendants of iconic Disney villains, Maleficent, the Evil Queen, Jafar, and Cruella de Vil. One of the reasons the franchise is so successful is the cast and their perfect portrayal of characters. Because of that, fans want to see the same actors reprising their roles for future Descendants projects. But as we said, for some of the actors, it's too early to go back to the familiar setting and not think of the late Cameron. Sofia Carson said, "It's hard to imagine doing a continuation without her co-star." In an interview with the Zach Sang Show in April 2020, she said, It was magical from start to finish. It was my first job. It was my first movie. It was one of the greatest honors of my life to play Evie and be a part of this franchise. We've had the privilege of touching hundreds of millions of kids. It's part of Disney history. We will forever be a part of this fairy tale. But she also mentioned that the franchise features such a big universe. A universe so big that it could go on forever. There are so many descendants. Then again, she admitted that it's hard to imagine doing anything without Cameron. In her own words, "I can't even think about it. The thought is too difficult." Since this interview was 2 years ago, meaning that the memory of losing a beloved colleague and friend was too fresh for the cast, we can't help but wonder if they need more time, at least to consider reprising their roles in a continuation. Thankfully, the ending of the royal wedding has been addressed. Let's see what Disney has to say about it. The royal wedding tease explained. Who's painting the roses red? Is there a chance we'll see a film with an Alice in Wonderland descendant? Perhaps a live action? If there's such a continuation, it will serve as a spin-off to the last film. Since there are a lot of fans saying that they are not happy with the chance of a new Descendants movie because of Cameron's absence, and for them, it feels really disrespectful to continue without him, we have to ask, do you guys think the franchise should stop with the royal wedding? Let us know. We still can't stop thinking of Mel and Ben's conversation after their beautiful wedding. So this is what happily ever after feels like. For us, yes, but somewhere another story could be just beginning. Lauren Keselowski, SVP of Original Movies for Disney Branded Television, has finally addressed the cliffhanger at the Television Critics Association Summer Press Tour. "The tease is a tease," she said. "We have ended each piece of our incredible Descendants programming with, that's not the end of the story. As for whether the next chapter will be an animated version or a live-action film, we still don't know because Lauren stayed tight-lipped when asked about it. We know there's such an appetite for this content. Well, we'll see where we get with the franchise," she said, adding that it is their beloved franchise, a film without Cameron. As much as we hate to talk about this, we have to face it. The next film will be without Cameron Boyce. The animated version had a chance to include him in more scenes, but if the next film is live action, Disney will only include him through mentions, and we really hope they'll mention him more than a couple of times. What happened was so incredibly heart-wrenching for all of us, and something we could not recover from, Dove Cameron said in an interview with Hollywood Life in December 2019, explaining that the idea of making another movie might be super wrong.
So, this is what happily ever after looks like.
For us? Yes.
What are your hopes for the continuation? More importantly, do you think it would be wrong for Disney to do a follow-up? Let us know down in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.